they're bringing out an artist that is very divisive within American culture right now, okay? Because he's anti-ICE, he's very divisive in that way. Okay, so I first want to just preface this by saying, because a lot of people are like, how did he get here, right? So Jay-Z is actually like the entertainment strategist.
I've heard of Jay-Z.
Yes,
so I've got an entry.
Yes. And, you know, the NFL has really become this woke propaganda machine for the last few years. I mean, it started with BLM, and then it proceeded to be male cheerleaders.
Yeah, they're taking the knee.
Yes. So we've gotten here over time, but it's the woke world to stay. But this is particularly, like, troublesome, I feel like, because, you know, he doesn't do a lot of his songs in English. Maybe there's one song. So I don't know how that's uniting Americans. And he recently stated, you know, I'm not going to tour the U.S., is what he said, because of the ICE raids. Okay, so he's made a lot of statements openly about that. And so when he got this honor, he said, I'm doing this for my people. I predict that this is going to be a huge political move for him, of course. It's going to be super divisive. And what I can't understand is why, you know, we had the domestic terrorism threats on ICE agents and in Dallas, you know, like a week ago. And why the NFL chooses to respond in this way in the #1 American sport.
So I mean, look, President Trump can be divisive when he got cheered and booed when he went to the U.S. Open. He got cheered by a very boozed up crowd at the Ryder Cup. Controversial crowd last week. Is there a political statement by the NFL, and are they out of touch with the millions of Americans who voted for Donald Trump and B, like watching the Super Bowl?
Absolutely. I mean, in November, he won the popular vote. He won the swing states. He swept it all up, okay? And we've seen Sydney Sweeney for American Eagle. We've seen Cracker Barrel go back to the classic branding. We've seen how that improves their stocks and how everyone is responding. So this would be the opposite of how things have been trending culturally and leaning back to more traditional classic style.
Who do you think would be a more suitable...
Can I crack a joke here?
You can crack a joke at many times.
They had the opportunity to do the funniest thing ever and get Coldplay, okay? And they could have done kiss cams everywhere, all over the stadium. I mean, how funny would that have been? They also could have chosen artists like Alex Warren, who has just won major, you know, awards, the best new artist, and he has sort of like this like Christian kind of power pops, like, you know, worship music vibe, but it's still like pop music. But there's so many stars that they could have chosen.